Hello and welcome back. This video breaks down The Art of Seduction, a book that quietly hides some of the darkest and most manipulative psychological strategies ever written. These techniques can make almost anyone feel drawn toward you, and yeah, they can even push people to do things they normally wouldn't. But let me warn you up front, this book doesn't just mess with others. It shakes your beliefs and rewires your emotional instincts. So, if you're not mentally strong, if you can't keep control of your own thoughts, this video might hit harder than you expect, because today, I'm breaking down the psychological archetypes from this book, and once you understand them, you'll never see people the same way again. Stick till the end, because the last archetype is the one I personally believe in the most. What even is an archetype? Before we go any further, pause for a second. What does archetype actually mean? In simple terms, an archetype is a repeating human pattern, a specific set of behaviors, traits, and habits that show up again and again in different people. Think about it. Every neighborhood has that one person who knows everyone's business, more invested in other people's lives than their own. That's not random. That's an archetype, a pattern that keeps repeating. And here's the twist. People with similar patterns naturally attract each other. That's what seduction actually means here. Not romance, not anything physical, just attraction. Whenever I use the word seduce in this video, understand it as pulling attention, interest, and influence. Now remember this line. It matters. Archetypes are universal, symbolic representations of core human behaviors. Write that down. This book talks about multiple archetypes. Today, we'll break down 3. And then I'll tell you about one that isn't even in the book, but beats them all. Archetype number 1, the siren. Let's start with the siren. Here's the thing. A siren's power isn't loud. It's presence. They're calm, soft-spoken, unrushed, almost hypnotic. They never force attention. Attention slides toward them. They move slower than normal. They speak like every word costs something. And that's intentional. The writer describes the siren as the ultimate fantasy figure because they promise something that feels just out of reach. Now don't get it twisted. This isn't about looks, clothes, or smelling good. This is neurological influence. From a psychological angle, sirens activate the emotional brain directly, bypassing logic. Your thinking brain steps back. Your feeling brain takes over. That's why when a siren asks, "How are you?" with a pause, eye contact, and a soft smile, it lands differently. They never overshare. They always leave gaps. Your mind fills those gaps with curiosity. And boom, attraction begins. Another thing you'll notice? Their posture is relaxed. Movements are slow and deliberate. Even their style choices are slightly bold. Never random. Your brain flags them as different, and different equals interesting. They also hold eye contact just a bit longer than normal. Not awkward, just enough to trigger intimacy. And when they leave, they end conversations slightly unfinished. That loose thread sticks in your head. You keep replaying it. That's not accidental. How to apply the siren. Slow your speaking pace by 20 to 30%. Lower your pitch slightly. Pause after important words. Maintain eye contact for 4 to 5 seconds, then break naturally. Walk slower than average. Answer questions with mystery, not full explanations. Be different, but calculated, not weird. Archetype number 2, the rake. Now listen carefully. This one? You need to understand it, but also be careful around it. The rake gives intense attention. Laser focus. No distractions. No phone checks. No half listening. When they talk to you, you feel like the center of the universe. They react to everything. Nods, smiles, surprise, even emotional responses. They remember details. They ask follow-up questions days later. And here's why it works. That level of attention is rare. Your brain isn't used to it. So when it happens, dopamine spikes. You feel seen, valued, important. Validation starts flowing. Every 30 to 40 seconds, your defenses drop. You stop noticing red flags. That's the danger. The core rule of the rake is simple. Make the target feel special. This technique is used everywhere, by leaders, creators, salespeople, and influencers. Attention builds loyalty. How to apply the rake? Give full attention, no distractions. Listen more than you speak. Maintain eye contact 70 to 80% of the time. Remember details and bring them up later. Validate, but don't overdo it. Too much? You look fake. Balance is everything. Archetype number 3, the ideal lover. This is the darkest archetype in the book. The ideal lover is a shapeshifter. They don't show who they really are. They show who you want them to be. They study you, your likes, your goals, your insecurities, and then they mirror it back perfectly. You love music? So do they. You value ambition? Suddenly, they do too. Every interaction feels meant to be. And that's the trap. Your brain is wired to bond with people who reflect your ideal self. Over time, everyone else starts feeling boring. Dependency forms. This technique is powerful and dangerous, which brings me to an important metaphor, the knife metaphor. A knife in the wrong hands destroys. In the right hands, it saves lives. Same tool, different intent. These psychological tactics work the same way. Your ethics decide the outcome. The final archetype, not in the book. Now here's the twist. The archetype I believe in the most isn't even in the book. It's authenticity, being real. You don't need tricks to attract the right people. You don't need to lose yourself to pull someone in. The strongest connection comes when someone chooses you as you are. Yes, understanding psychology is power, but knowing when not to use it is wisdom. Be sharp, be aware, but don't fake your soul. Seduction isn't just about dating. It's influence, it's attention, it's human behavior. And now that you see the patterns, you can't unsee them. If this hit, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs clarity, not tricks. And if you want more deep psychology like this, you know what to do. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep leveling up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe us.